Hello friends, welcome back to Red Hat Enterprise Linux 7. So in this lecture, we are going to read few more features of RHEL 7 and its comparison with RHEL 6. So the next feature is bootloader. A Red Hat Enterprise Linux system by default installed with grub bootloader to manage which partition is booted and how it is booted, and you can say bootloader helps the kernel to load into the memory. So in RHEL 7 they have introduced a grub 2 and before that it was grub 0.97. So grub 2 is having additional features. So it supports GPT. GPT is basically new GUID partition table on Linux. It supports additional firmware types including BIOS EFI, open firmware, ability to boot on various file systems like XFS, ext4, NTFS, HFS Plus, RAID and etc. And in RHEL 6 they supported grub 0.95, although we have a lot of features with grub 0.97 as well. The next is your kdump. Kdump is basically a feature of a Linux kernel that creates crash dumps in the event of a kernel crashes. So when triggered, kdump exports a memory image, or you can say it's a VM core that can be analyzed for the purpose of debugging and determining the cause of a crash. So in RHEL 7 this supports kdump on large memory based systems up to 3 TB. And till RHEL 6 kdump works, but it doesn't work properly with large RAM based systems. And the next is your systemd, the system and the service manager. Systemd is a new service that has been introduced in RHEL 7. I had already given a separate session on systemd. If you want to get a proper knowledge about systemd, what all the features or what all the benefit of the systemd, you can just go through my session and you can come to know a lot of things about systemd. So systemd is a service system and service manager for Linux and replaces sysv and upstart, or you can say it replaces your init service. In RHEL 7 the very first process that has been started is systemd, and RHEL 6 it was init. So this is the basic difference. The next is start and enable a service. What is enabling a service, what is disabling a service, and what is starting a service, and what is stopping a service? Start a service, you have a command like in RHEL 6 service start and any service name like NFS or anything. Okay, enabling means suppose you have started any service and you have enabled it. So what will happen if you reboot your system? So once the server will come, that particular service will come up with the system, and the service is disabled, although it is running and you have disabled it. The service will be running till your system will be running. If you reboot your system, the service will not come up with the system. So to make a service permanent to your run level or to the targets, if it is RHEL 7, we will say targets, then the service will come up when the system will come up. Okay, so to enable a service we have the command systemctl start, systemctl enable or disable, and the name of your service. Say for example nfs server.service, and disable it, systemctl disable and the name of the service. So this way you can enable and disable your service. And to start a service we have the command systemctl start, systemctl stop. Till RHEL 6 we were using command service start NFS, service stop NFS. So this is the basic difference. And to enable a service with a specific run level we were using chkconfig -- level. You can see here 3 and 5 NFS on. So what will happen, the particular NFS service will be enabled for run level 3 and 5. So once your system will be booting or start for run level 5 or 6, the server will come up with NFS service. Your service will be started. Okay, the next features is network bonding. In RHEL 7 they have introduced a new name Team 0, and that is in etc sysconfiguration network scripts ifcfg-team 0. So that would be the configuration name, and it is in the same location as it was earlier version of Linux. In RHEL 6 the name for network bonding is bond 0, and the location is same, etc sysconfig network scripts and ifcfg-bond 0. So this is the only difference. In RHEL 6 the name has been changed to Team 0, here it is bond. Network time synchronization. Till RHEL 6 we were using NTPD. In RHEL 7 they have introduced a new service Chrony, CHRONY. It is faster time sync compared to NTPD. So that's a good feature. And the next is NFS. In RHEL 7 they have introduced NFS 4.1, and NFS version 2 is no longer supported. Red Hat Enterprise 7 supports NFS version 3, 4 and 4.1, and RHEL 6 this supports NFS version 4 and 3 only. Okay, few more features we have, like desktop GUI interface. In RHEL they have introduced Genome 3 and KDE. These are the GUI interface that we have with RHEL 7, Genome 3 and KDE 4.10. In RHEL 6 they have Genome 2. Default database, most important. Here in RHEL 7 the default database is MariaDB. MariaDB is the default implementation of MySQL in RHEL 7. Here in RHEL 6 it is MySQL. Managing temporary files. In RHEL 7 they use systemd temp files, more structured and configurable method to manage temp files and directories. Here in RHEL what happened, your temp/temp directory or /temp file system is a memory based. Okay, if you will log into any RHEL system and you will fire the command df-f, you can see the file system temp, they are memory based. They are actually not occupying any space of your disk. They are memory based. We will specify a portion of memory to a temp. So what will happen, if you will copy, if you will put anything in your temp directory and your system will be rebooted, all will be gone out. So it's a temporary memory based only. And here in RHEL 7 they are using temp watch, or it's a hard disk base. You are creating a partitioning on in your disk and then creating a file systems and mounting like this way. So guys, that's all for this comparison and features of RHEL 7. Hope you have enjoyed and you have learned a lot of things, new features. Thanks for watching. If you have time, you can join with me in the next sessions. Bye bye, take care.